He's going to address all the Catholics and Protestant today, and Kaufman's going to address the rest of people. Yeah, going to address the rest of people after showbiz world. And with that being said, I'm just finishing getting set up here. All right, got what I need. Well, today I'm looking for people to engage. I got many topics I can share, and I have been going over these past couple of weeks because I'm looking to find people to stand up in Topeka, Kansas, particularly for my case and show up at the court case come June. And the email I will leave, or the email I can leave in my comments, I'll leave. It's Jesus Kaufman 333@gmail.com, and I'll give you more information if you want to know about the court dates and showing up in Topeka, Kansas. But nonetheless, there's many different topics I've been discussing where it's been from the music industry and their neglect and their abuse to the situation, and all the way to the bulls of eminence that the popes decreed back way in 1738, all the way that's still affecting today's day and age and what way people behave. And particularly, I'm speaking about the politicians in the U.S. military and way they're behaving and how they're going against the situation, and how basically the church needs to recognize the situation we're all in. So anybody wants to have any questions or answers, or wants any answers about those, where I'm leading into. Also, we'll talk about the Golden Hill riot, if anyone's heard about that, and how it relates to today's age. I'm also going to go over, basically, if we get into it, I got basically a law, a decree, that's not my decree, that's the State Bill of Kansas decree that I try to utilizing, and they basically told me that they're not going to uphold their own laws, or well, not in those words. That's why I say basically not in those words, but they told me they're not going to uphold their own laws. And that's all going on in Topeka, Kansas. That's all going on in the state of Kansas, from the governor to the senators to the judges to all the three branches that have been merged together and acting as one, which I got. Also, I can go into detailed stories about that. Hello to three people just joined. I'm looking for people to engage and wants to talk about any of the topics. If you haven't got a chance, take a look at the description. Let's see what you say. Salman, how are you? I'm good. How are you? I will add you as a friend. You add me as a friend. I'm joining from Bangladesh. Okay. I will have to do that or check into that afterwards. I don't know about it, but nonetheless, anyone else have any questions to discuss the topics where I'm going over all the calling out people in Topeka, Kansas? And anyone has any questions or answers, or basically any questions over the topics, talking about the Golden Hill riot, if no one's ever heard about the Golden Hill riot, talking about the comparison between the Revolutionary War, pre-Revolutionary War, and the comparison to today's behavior by the badge toters out there. And also discussing the Abo Eminence, basically written by a pope back in 1738, that still upholds today because it's supposed to be recognized as the whole branch supposed to recognize it. And also the dissolution of the Roman Empire, the Holy Roman Empire, and what that means and how significant that plays into today's age. So anybody have any questions? I don't know about answering questions from Bangladesh, because I'm looking for people, as we all have situations in our own communities. We all have to address stuff in our own areas. So that's where I even put out there. I even put on my YouTube out here for looking for Topeka, Kansas, targeting that location. So nonetheless, this is the way the algorithms work. They give it out to everyone else all throughout the world, and they don't want to target anyone in those states. So there's issues I have going on with YouTube's algorithms, how they don't want to focus on the centralized issue, and they just want to placate, it seems, every situation. So they censor my words, and they censor freedom of speech, where people want to stand up for their rights. Basically, and I'm not just talking about rights in general, what I'm talking about like bills and statutes, but a human right, like a morality or a premeditated measure that one can take as a wisdom action to prevent further damage or further situations from occurring. So the laws. Does anyone else, the 4 people I have, has anyone got any questions? 2 people I have, anyone got any questions? Everyone wants to leave. No one has any questions over these topics. I basically can say everyone can review the previous videos if you haven't got any questions, because that will answer a lot of, maybe it'll bring up some questions, because I know usually watching other people's stuff, I have a lot of questions that nobody wants to answer. And that's why I go out to these people, to their channels, and try to engage them. But no one wants to engage me, so now I just drop them like cold habit, and I talk bad to these people out here in these comments, because I already tried engaging them. So why should I waste my breath with any nice stuff that I got to say about trying to figure things out, when they just deserve a scolding for the way they behave and their negligence? So how you all 15 people doing? I'm looking for people to engage. I'm discussing topics here in Topeka, Kansas. I'm looking for people, protesters, and all these no kings and all these protesting event leaders to stand up and face me or show up to the event. And my email I will leave in the comments once I'm finished here. And that will be, anyone can contact me there. So anything, questions? I suggest anyone right now, I'll stick around for a few more minutes. Everyone go check out When Attacked by Liars and Murderers, Take These Measures. It's on my wall, so you have to go to my place or my channel and going to check out When Attacked by Liars and Murderers, Take These Measures, and review that. And that might give you a little quick questionnaire, or a little quick questions what you may have come up with that you can answer right here. So I encourage everyone to go out there and do that. Like I said, I'll be on for a couple more minutes. I'll probably go to about the 10-minute mark, because no one really has any questions out here. And I don't personally like repeating myself. That's why I started making videos in the first place. I don't make videos to get likes and to get subscribes, but I appreciate any likes or subscribes. But I make videos to basically, so I don't have to repeat myself. I can be like, oh, well, someone can go check out this video, that video, because that's the way it is nowadays. Because I ain't telling them about my Facebook stuff where it used to be, because they already canceled that account because they denied my freedom of speech. They don't like people utilizing freedom of speech on Facebook. So they denied that account, so I no longer have accounts with Facebook, and I ain't planning on getting an account with Facebook ever again, because I don't deal with people who violates freedom of speech rights, which is why I speak against YouTube and why I take actions and why I speak stuff against them. So I'm not trying to beat anyone over the head. I'm trying to answer any questions people have these days. So thanks for all of you who have stick around, you 4 or 5 that keep popping up. I appreciate that. Let's see. I'm just going to kick back. I guess we'll talk about the music industry. I do like music. I see some better people out there on live streams, and they talk about this music industry, or they listen to music in the background. So if I don't got no music to entertain people in the background, because I got issues with music, I need to know where someone's at in their life in order to let them hear what type of music is. Because in order of wisdom, one of the laws I stand by, it's in Proverbs 25:20, and here's just what it says: like one who takes away a garment on a cold day, or like vinegar on a wound, as one who sings songs to a heavy heart. So if someone has a heavy heart, like the situation I've been in, where I've had intruders come on my property, and where they've kidnapped, drugged, and murdered my children, and they expect me to sit there and be okay with it, and I can't have no emotions over the situations, but they can have emotions. No, there's issues with that. It's a one-way street with them. It's double standards for their behaviors, and these judicial terrorists I speak against. So nonetheless, that's where the music industry, and that's why I don't play music in the background, because I don't want to approach someone who isn't really feeling the beats or feeling the music. No matter what, it's a different genre, or no matter if it's basically a motion or mood or feeling the person's trying to be in, because I ain't trying to lead anyone on an emotional roller coaster either, emotional train. So we got about 30 seconds left before we hit the 10-minute mark. Thank you for the one person who has been there. I suggest anyone who does see this video, who has maybe been popping in and out and reviews this later, then subscribe now, so we can get more of this. I'm looking for goals because, like I said, I'm looking for people in Topeka, Kansas. So the more people can subscribe and like it, maybe I can get targeted more people in Topeka, Kansas, and more isolated events or isolated areas in this area, because there's a lot of these protest events out there that has no leaders, and there are so many different people, views, and philosophical, basically messages they're trying to push on people, and there's nothing to do with democracy. So here it ends right here. We'll end right here because I like ending the best stuff with no one watching, because this is my stuff, because I don't want no one else having this stuff. Hey, two people popped up, so I guess you'll get it. Here's why I say out to the political state leaders: your democracy is a bunch of bureaucracy that's nothing but a debauchery. All right, then. I'll see y'all later. Any two, like I said, disengage you two on here. Did you have any questions? You got about maybe 15 seconds, and I will have to stop this video live stream because no one really has any questions. All right.